Hey, this is Scooter. So this has been a video that's been long overdue. Um, I know everyone's been wondering what has got me to this point. So, I hate giving oh well me stories. So, it's one I hadn't really said it to anybody. Sarah knows. So, today, I am 425 pounds. I've been overweight my whole life. Starting even at first grade, I was 110 pounds. I hovered around 110. Through all of elementary, I kept gaining and gaining 200. By the time I was in the 5th grade, I was severely bullied in school for my size and weight, even to the point where I was getting into fights. I think, the hardest part was being the fat, smelly kid. I tried hard not to have an odor, and just nothing worked. Kids, they never stopped making fun of me until I started fighting. From that, I even got to the point of suicide. Near the sixth grade, I was closing in 400 pounds. And I felt that there was no options. All my attempts failed. Thank God. But the hardest part was having a family that really wasn't concerned about my weight. They done nothing to help me. My mom was obese as well. Her and my dad, they kept soda pops in the refrigerator. I never drank water. It was always soda pop. And I always had just bad eating habits. Like, I would eat like 4 packs of noodles and mashed potatoes in one sitting. But like I said, it got to the point where kids were bullying me, and when I was fighting, the school was ready to press charges, and I felt alone in the world, and no one there to help me. And after my last fight in middle school, the school had me sent for mental help. I spent 2 months in a mental health facility for anger management, for suicide attempts. And again, I was overweight still, and just life was hard to deal with. I had one friend, one good friend coming up through middle school, which made things a little bit better. I joined a wrestling team. I was right at 400 pounds. I was in the end of my 6th grade year, going into 7th. Part way through the school year, well, not part way, about a month or so after school started, my parents were separated. My mom still having health issues, sleep apnea, and a slew of medications. She a day when I was supposed to go spend the weekend with her, my father had pulled me to the side and told me that she had said some stuff. It was lies, and I'm not sure how the conversation went, but my last conversation with her was not the nicest. I cussed her out and told her I didn't want to see her. The next day, that afternoon, we received a phone call, and she had attempted suicide. She was in the hospital, and my stepmother was coaching me, helping me out, getting me prepared for the worst. And we got a phone call that she had passed. Everything had set in then that I wasn't gonna see her again. That afternoon, I think I was all 13. I picked up smoking. Still 400 pounds, still eating whatever the hell I could. I'm not sure if I ever found comfort in food. But it was something that was there, something that was real. And that's what I did. I started a wrestling team. No other sport would allow me to join, and I started wrestling. And I started losing weight. Started feeling better about myself. Started dressing better, and the depression never went away. I always wore a smile, but that's just because I was scared of me. Even now, I don't like who I see in the mirror. I'm very good at wearing a mask. I've wore a mask my whole life. I've always turned everything into humor. And that's just who I've been. Just, the funny guy. In wrestling, I learned how to use my weight. I think freshman year, I had dropped down to 215. I did purposely gain up to 250 to maintain, because I kept getting my ass whooped at 215, so I went up a weight class where I can handle my own. But that's who it was. I was the big guy. I left home. I do my own thing. I lived inside of a barn, and I maintained about 250, 285. The weight kept up. Up until I got my first line of surgeries done on my jaw. I had a ganglion cyst in my jaw. Took me off the mat. It was very heartbreaking. I worked out 4 times a day. And I did that because in the back of my head, because in my head, when my mother left the world, I was just a fat mama's boy. So I worked hard to make her proud, but I never got joy of her seeing me, go to my matches, do all the great things. Even when I decided to get married, she wasn't there. Which she couldn't have been. I mean, I understand why, but deep down, I just want her to be proud of what I've become. I've always, when I was a kid, when I remember Sunday dinners, we would have the whole family over, and that's what we did. We all would eat, and we would have a good time, talk, gossip. But as time went on, the dinners, after, there were no more. And I spent, from 15 to 19, I spent a lot of nights just drunk and angry. After she passed, I remember I picked up smoking pot, and I drank, and ate, and I just lost touch with my own body. I remember growing up, I love my dad and all, but I remember he would tell me I would have to be gay because no girl would love me. And in my head, I made that true. I mean, going through high school, I really didn't have a girlfriend. I was always the big brother, or that was me, Ruben the brother, and in my head, I made that true. And when I couldn't wrestle, I had food there. My weight slowly crept back up. Since I was still doing farming, I maintained about 200, not 200, 315 is what I maintained. But I do a lot of things to mask what's going on. Of course, I'm not getting drunk every night screaming at the stars anymore, but that pain's still there. It doesn't go away. It's been 10, 11 years. I still haven't let it go. It's just something I'm dealing with. Coming to this day, I'm still struggling with my weight. One of the hardest things is I found out this year that my mother could have had the opportunity to have the surgery, but because of the bad stigma, that was the easy way out. And it's not even that. I think it was more or less my dad. I remember when Sarah was going through surgery, he basically said I was less of a man to have her go through it. It's done wonders for her. No matter how many accomplishments I put on my plate, I'm still the fat guy looking back at me in the mirror. And I know, be myself, I'm not strong enough to make all the right decisions. I haven't. I mean, even through this little journey of mine, I just keep putting stuff off, and it's fear of tomorrow. As time goes on, I'm getting older, I'm getting bigger, and honestly, if I want to see past 35, I mean, I have no choice. And again, I'm sorry for the oh well me story, but I know what people really want to hear is how did I get to this point? It wasn't, what I'm doing now, and that's what I keep doing. I keep posting videos of my job. That's all I talk about is things that take me away from the reality of the truth that I'm a big guy struggling with life. I've chose many things to take me away from reality. I mean, video gaming, work, firefighting. And I talk about these things is because that's what I want you to see, guys. I want you to see me, Ruben the hero, Ruben the gamer. I don't want people to see Ruben. It's Ruben the fat guy. And that's basically what I just keep neglecting is the truth of what I am. I've done great things, but it's really, really heartbreaking when on paper I'm fucking awesome. When you see me, it's a total different story. But I'm not blaming my past for who I am or the weight that I'm at. It's all been me. I should have known better than to eat the 4 packs of noodles. And that's what people do, is they blame their past, but I just lost touch of what I'm supposed to do. I believe in God. Many times I've found myself asking him why me, and I know it's selfish to ask that. I know a lot of people, but I can put on a show. I can put on a smile. I can act happy and act like I don't care or don't have a care in the world. Deep down, when I look at that mirror, I hate what I see. Ruben the firefighter, dad, husband, all of this is just to cover up for how I feel on the inside. And the only way I can be better at any of those things is if I lose the weight. Life is full of choices, and I keep finding myself making the wrong choices. I don't know. Again, I'm real sorry. Sarah talked to me, and I posted one video, and she was like, people want to know how you got to where you are. Quit covering up. Showing people what you want them to see. And if this helps somebody out there, then it wasn't in vain. You may be that scared little boy who don't know any better and just got dealt the shitty hand, and but I mean, if anything, hell, I believe in you. And one of the hardest things has been is forgiving myself. And